Alright, everybody, we're on to part 3 of the snowblower repair. First, I'd like to say that I missed an 80-volt Cobalt battery-powered lawnmower this morning in Princeton. And those things go for great money, and you don't have to do anything to them. You just charge a battery, wash it, and it's ready to go. I was number 3. I use an older phone, so my emails don't come in quite as fast as somebody who might have a brand new phone. That's one of the reasons. So I have that disadvantage. But I've gotten a few things free out of Princeton. That Cub Cadet 1650 Quiet Line, the big lawn tractor, that came from Princeton. I still have that baby over at my uncle's. Now, the stuff that I got for free in Flemington, that Toro has no gas in the tank. I have a feeling that thing's going to start right up. The Honda has a little bit of gas, but it uses a fuel pump to suck the gas in. So I have a feeling that's going to start right up. The Weed Whacker, it's got oily, a little bit of oily gas in it. Worst case, the carburetor has probably got some oil in it. So, alright, on to the snowblower itself. Let's show the magic. That's the side that was barely messed up. You know, wasn't nearly as badly bent up as the other side. From here, does that look bent? Nope. Barely. Just gotta go over it with the paint again. It was cold when I painted it, but look at that. Thing looks like it was never bent. On this side, same deal. Thing looks darn near perfect. Now on this side, it was a little bit worse. You can tell a little bit. You gotta look at it pretty hard. In person, it's a little bit worse. When I bent the lip back over, it left a little crack right here that you could see through. So I used JB Weld to cover that crack up. I'm gonna sand this nice and smooth real fast. I'm gonna hit this with primer and then red. And then she's good to go, too. You can see we're right there. Maybe hit that a little bit flush. Just to, you know, I don't want this thing looking bent at all. But overall, no, not bad compared to how bent that sucker was. Inside, I went ahead and ground down the scraper blade so it's nice and even looking. And what I'll do is, with the Sunrise Red, I'll just kind of touch up in here a little bit, make it look, you know, fresh, like it wasn't used that much. Hit these augers with some black, make that, you know, just give them the refresh, and then she'll be good to go. Then after that, I don't know if I'd say it needs a full-on wash, but I'll definitely give it a shine. You know, go over it with the ATF, shine it up real nice, and she's good to go. Here's the skid shoes. I repainted them. This one, still got to touch up a little bit better, but not bad. This was that clip that I had put on that electric starter. It fell out of there. It's still working, so I'm not gonna mess with that. If it works, right? Right. Alright, so I'm gonna pause it. I'm gonna get the sanding this down nice and smooth, and then we're gonna go ahead and hit it with the paint. Alright, this is where it comes in handy to have a Dremel tool. I got this one for like $20 at Walmart, and it came with all the bits. Most of the bits they come with are cheap, but you can buy quality bits. But sandpaper isn't gonna really smooth this good. This one area, you want that, I don't want that showing. So I'm gonna hit it with this nice and smooth. And then the thing's gonna look nice and smooth, and then we're gonna paint over it. And if I have to, I'll use a little bit of sandpaper. But there's no way sandpaper would have gotten that one area. That one area right there is where it had the crack that went through. Alright. There's how it looks right now after the Dremel. Much smoother. That one area is still rough where it cracked, but hey, the paint will cover most of that. I'm going to go over this lightly with sandpaper, and then it's getting the primer, and then it's getting the final coat. But yeah, those Dremels, they come in handy. They come in handy. Alright, alright. Prime coat's on drying now. You can see a little bit of, you know, bings and bends, but nothing crazy. You know, nothing that's gonna be like, oh my god, this thing got, just, beat the hell out of. And once the red goes on, it should look even better. Yeah, so it's going good, but I'm having this one issue for whatever reason. On the inside, especially this side, the paint is splintering. Can you see it? Hold on. See that? It's splintering. That's the second time already. I've already wiped it off once and redid it, and the whole thing, it's splintering again. I don't understand what the hell is causing that. And it's doing it a little bit on this side too. This side was fine. But yeah, right here, right? You see that? That's splintering. It can't be like that. That don't look no good. So I've got to figure out what's going on. Maybe it's got to dry and then I can sand it a little bit and then go back over it. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it's weird. I don't know why it's doing that. I mean, I know it was towards the end of the can, but I don't think that's why, because it didn't do. I was at the end of the can on that side, it didn't do it. I don't know if it's the shade. I don't know if it's combining with something that it shouldn't be. But yeah, that's no good. That's gonna have to be dealt with. So that's the one problem I'm dealing with right now. If anybody knows why paint splinters up like that, I'd love to know. I've never had that problem before. It's hard. It's kind of hard to tell. There it is. You can see it. It's all splintered. So if anybody knows why it did that, let me know in the comments so I know for the future. All right, thanks. While I'm waiting on an answer on why that paint spits, I just want to go over these crescent wrenches at Harbor Freight. Don't buy them. They suck. Watch. See, look. I can't get it to adjust any more than that. They get stuck. They're really shitty. So, then I gotta sit here, right? Smack it to try to get it going more. That's no good. That's not a very good tool. So, don't buy crescent wrenches at Harbor Freight. At least not these super cheap ones. The better ones, maybe. I mean, you could even try oiling that, but that shouldn't be getting stuck like that. That's crap. Just figured I'd give people the heads up, save yourself a couple of bucks. I bought the big one. I bought this really big one right there for bending metal. That's the only reason I bought it. That one works well for what I use it for anyway. Still trying to figure out what the heck is going on with this, why it's spitting. I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm going to sand it and then go back over it again. And then hopefully after that it'll be, good enough. Alright, okay.